Differential pairs were first used to transmit signals between bays of equipment on factory floors, and later were used in supercomputers. The arrangements shown here are single-ended signals driving from bay 1 to bay 2, and the problem this presents is the grounds, the internal grounds to both cabinets were attached back in the old days. We attached everything to the cabinet itself. And then the cabinets were attached securely to a ground plate in the floor in the factories and places where equipment was installed. And the result was that if there was a ground offset, if there was a voltage offset between the cabinets in the earth, and there was in some places where we installed equipment, there would literally be a voltage difference that would drive current through the ground wire even when no signal was present. With the worst example of this that we ever ran into was at a company in Finland where we saw a 10, 12, 14 volt, I don't remember the exact value, it's been many years ago, a large difference. And it drove a large current through the ground and caused tremendous offsets. It caused errors, not only with analog signals, you would expect that in the analog world, but they were large enough that even caused bit errors with the digital circuitry. So to solve the single-ended circuit problem that created a ground loop, we kept the same amplifier in bay 1, but we took its output and ran it through a gain of 1 inverter so that we now had the original signal and we had an inverted version of that signal. We put them into 2 wires, created a twisted wire pair and a cable, sent it to bay 2, and the receiver in bay 2 was now a differential input amplifier that received the 2 signals, basically looking for the difference between the 2. And everything functioned beautifully. We got rid of the ground offset because we got rid of the ground connection between them, hence got rid of the ground loop. The definition of a ground loop isn't when there's more than one connection for a circuit. It's when there are currents in ground even without the presence of signal. And that's exactly the problem that we had before. Putting a differential pair into the circuit completely eliminated the problem and just solved it brilliantly. This was an easy and fabulous solution.